Carolina Panthers here for football at 4 had their joint practice with the Houston Texans today down in Texas. It was hot by all accounts. Preseason game coming up this Saturday. Something I said earlier this week when I was filling in for Adam Gold, I said this on Monday, and I want to reiterate that today going into this second preseason game for the Carolina Panthers. I say that who's going to be this week's Jalen Coker and Corey Thornton? Because last week on Friday, we saw Jalen Coker and Corey Thornton take advantage of their opportunities. The reason why I said this going into the break is that these are life lessons that I think we can actually draw away from when watching the Carolina Panthers this weekend. And the reason why I say it's a life lesson in this regard is that no matter what your profession is, whether you are in some sort of business or managerial role, whether you're a pro athlete, whether you work in the broadcast industry, whatever it might be, and if you want to move up in your profession, you want to move up ranks either within your company or somewhere else, if you are given the opportunity to show what you can do, you have to maximize that opportunity. You have to take advantage of it right from the jump. No excuse of, well, it's my first time doing it. People don't want to hear an excuse. If you're given the opportunity to do something, show that you can do it. Not just do it, but do it extremely well. And I said that last week about Jalen Coker on Friday in that preseason game against the Cleveland Browns. Because on Friday in the preseason game against the Browns, Hunter Renfrow didn't play in that game. And then also during the course of that game, wide receiver Xavier Legette, about 2 plays into the second drive, 3 plays into the second drive, gets ejected from the game. Well, now who gets those snaps? It's Jalen Coker. So because Xavier Legette got kicked out of the game, and rightfully so, now Coker gets those snaps. And the offense didn't miss a beat. Did everything he needed to do from all of his assignments, his blocking, everything that he needed to do, he did it. Let's not forget as well that on the play before his touchdown catch, Tepper McMillan dropped his. So guess what came of that? Another opportunity to show what you can do. And on a scramble play to his right, Bryce Young finds who? Jalen Coker in the back of the end zone. Jalen Coker, if it wasn't for Xavier Legette, shouldn't even been on the field. If Jalen Coker shouldn't have caught that touchdown if Tepper McMillan had caught his. So Jalen Coker took advantage of every single opportunity that was given to him in that game. In situations then that he wasn't supposed to be in there, but who's walking away with a lot of praise on Friday? Oh, yeah, Jalen Coker. Yeah, he did. See the move he made in the back of the end zone, when Bryce redirected him? Oh, that's a great touchdown catch. Oh, that one-handed catch he had from Andy Dalton in the second quarter, maybe granted it got called back because of a penalty, but you see what he did with someone draped over his left arm, made that one-handed catch. Now he's getting all the praise and love, and he's reminding everyone what he's capable of doing because he had that opportunity. Same thing with Corey Thornton. Corey Thornton, undrafted rookie, just like Jalen Coker was last year. Undrafted rookie out of Louisville. Showed well in practice during the week, or just really during training camp over the first couple weeks. Did well in the joint practice. Hey, J.C. Horn, just before the joint practice on Wednesday last week, gets in a fender bender car accident. Gets a laceration on his left hand that needs stitches. Oh, guess who can't play? J.C. Horn. Hey, Corey. Friday for the game when our starting defense is out there, we need you out there. Because J.C. Horn couldn't play. Hey, here's your opportunity. You know what he did? Played great in man coverage. Came up and made runs, stops in the run game at or behind the line of scrimmage with the starting defense out there. Took advantage of his opportunity. And now guess who got a lot of praise? Corey Thornton. He was getting a lot of praise beforehand, but now he actually had an opportunity to show it with the starting defense in a game. And guess what? Took advantage of that opportunity. That's the reason why I say it's a life lesson. Remember, actually, I've talked to, for example, keep tied back here local, Jalen Chatfield of the Carolina Hurricanes. Talk about somebody that had to work his way through the minors after being undrafted. Finally got an opportunity to play a little bit with the Vancouver Canucks. Played well in those games. Then comes to the Carolina Hurricanes because they saw something in him, took advantage of that ice time, became an NHL regular. And then this past season, because of shuffling in the lineup for the Carolina Hurricanes, hey, not only did you prove that you could be an everyday NHL player, now you got to go prove that you could be a top 4 defenseman. And he did that because he took advantage of his opportunities when they were presented to him. So which Panthers going into Saturday need to be this week's Jalen Coker and this week's Corey Thornton? And I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you 4 guys. And these first ones are a joint one, I guess you could say. Thomas Incoom and DJ Johnson. Both outside linebackers. There are 4 outside linebackers that are guaranteed to make this roster. It's DJ Wanham, Pat Jones, they're the veteran players, and the 2 rookie edge rushers in Nick Scorton and Princely Umamiel, second and third round picks. Those 4 guys are making the team. But they're probably going to keep a spot for a 5th. Now, Nick Scorton left practice today with some heat-related complications. They took him to a cooling area to get his body temperature down, gave him some IVs to prevent dehydration. And Dave Canales says that hopefully he can play on Saturday. But in practice, well, who's getting those reps now? DJ Johnson and Thomas Incoom. Those guys are the ones getting those reps. DJ Johnson was a 3rd-round pick in 2023, where the Panthers actually used a 3rd and 4th-round pick to trade up to draft him. He has a half a sack combined in 2 seasons. That's it. Thomas Incoom, in Friday's preseason game against Cleveland, had a sack and had 3 tackles on special teams in that preseason game against Cleveland. And that 5th spot amongst the outside linebackers is going to be reserved for a guy that can play on special teams. But also, if we need you in a pinch on defense, can you make sure that the floor of our defense doesn't fall? Not asking you to go out there and make tremendous plays, because if you're doing that, then there wouldn't be a question. That to make sure the floor of our defense doesn't drop. One guy's going to get that spot. And especially if Nick Scorton doesn't play on Saturday, well, when the second unit gets out there, well, it's not going to be Scorton and Umamiel if Scorton can't go, if he's still recovering from the heat-related complications. Well, that's going to be either Incoom or DJ Johnson. Those are opportunities for you. Go take advantage of it. Only one of you is making this team. And one of you, it's not even guaranteed that one of you will make it. Right now, it looks like it's Incoom's to take. If he gets more reps, take advantage of it. The other one, another one I'll throw out for you, is Shamar Bartholomew. Shamar Bartholomew is a second-year corner with the Carolina Panthers, as someone that the Panthers had claimed off of waivers at cutdown day last year off the New York Jets. So he was an undrafted free agent last year, signed with the Jets, showed really well in the joint practice between the Jets and the Panthers, also played well in that preseason game, to the point where when the Jets let him go, hopefully they were intent on placing him on their practice squad. The Carolina Panthers said, no, we want you over here. Now, he didn't really, because he was still learning the defense as the season was going along, didn't really get a lot of snaps last year at all on defense until really week 18, the final game of the season. But now you're in your second year. You have a full offseason to train with the team. You know the defense. But now there's a guy by the name of Corey Thornton who surpassed you on the depth chart. But J.C. Horn isn't playing again this upcoming weekend. Every snap matters for you. And you never know. Mike Jackson might get a couple of snaps off. Maybe he only plays 2 series. Just protect him. Maybe he goes out there for only 2 series when the rest of the starters on defense go out there for a third. Well, who's going to be that other corner that goes out there? That's you, Shamar. Corey Thornton's going to run with the starters again. But that means you need to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. Go get your hands on the ball if you can. Don't give up anything big. Don't give up a first down. Secure all your tackles. Whatever it is that you got to do, you have to show when you get the chance that you belong on this team. Because right now, at outside corner, it feels like it's J.C. Horn, Mike Jackson, Corey Thornton. Shamar Bartholomew is Charles Smith-Wade is the slot corner, and question marks after that. And the final name I'll mention Might be surprised a little bit at this one, Max. Hunter Renfrow. Again, take advantage of your opportunities. It's Hunter Renfrow. He missed a whole week of practice due to injury with his hamstring. Didn't play in the joint practice. Didn't play in the preseason game last week with Cleveland, which left the aforementioned door to Jalen Coker, like I mentioned earlier, to take advantage of that opportunity because he wasn't there. Well, guess what? More reps for Coker. More reps for Jimmy Horn Jr. We all, or at least most of us, remember what Hunter Renfrow was. Keyword was. Is he still that player that we saw in 2021 that had over 100 catches and over 1,000 yards receiving in 2021? It's hard to go through the stuff that his body went through with ulcerative colitis for the last several years. His weight, for those of you who don't know, his body weight dropped down to 150 pounds. He missed football all of last year. He had to go through all that, then be a high-level athlete again. That's a difficult thing for anyone to do. It's difficult enough for a player who's in really good shape to sustain an injury and work their way back. I mean, Derrick Brown is still working his way back from the meniscus tear that he suffered last year. Apparently the knee is all good, but he has to wear a brace, at least what we've seen so far. Still has to work through it. What Hunter Renfrow had to go through is extreme. So to go through what he went through and had to endure, that's tough. Now, trust me, I've seen all the route running and stuff from practice from this offseason from Hunter Renfrow. I've been at practices. I was there at minicamp. I was there some days in training camp. I was there at granted, he didn't play in the preseason game or in the Fan Fest. I've seen all the videos, and some of the videos that are posted online are videos that I've taken. Seeing what you can do in practice is one thing. But he needs to be actually out there on the field making plays and actually show that he can still do this. His opportunities are going to be limited this preseason. The Panthers might not keep 7 wide receivers. Most teams carry 6. He needs to be actually out there on the field making plays. And the wide receiver competition, it's fierce. And Bryce Young was actually asked about it today at joint practice about said wide receiver competition.
Yeah, just stepping up to competition. Coach talks about not trying to raise our level, but to make sure we sync to the level of our training and technique. And you see them just being who they are, consistent. And it seems like they're stepping up. In reality, they're doing exactly what the coaches are saying, being consistent on a day-to-day. You see that it brings out the best in all of us, gives us that ability to see tighter, have more focus. Like you said, it's an extremely competitive group. It's unfortunate how NFL is that we can't keep all of them because they all deserve it based on how hard they work, how much they produce. So obviously that'll be a front office thing, but we have confidence in all the guys across the board.
He's right. Someone's not going to make it. It's just what it is. Now, granted, there could be an injury that happens at some point. Knock on wood, you don't want to see it, but it's a reality of sports. It's something we all potentially could see. He's got to show that he can actually do it in games. Can his body actually hold up? That's actually a big question I have with Hunter Renfrow. It's like, okay, he looks in shape now, but do you feel like his body is going to be able to hold up when we hit week 5, week 6? Can he still produce? It's a major question. Again, with his body, what it went through, it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to just assume that he can get back to that kind of NFL level again and be able to produce. But if he is at his previous level, I feel like if they're only taking 6 receivers instead of 7, I feel like the pretty obvious odd man out would be David Moore. Yeah. I understand that he's a bit of a safety blanket and he has the history with Canales and everything, but purely like on a talent standpoint and production standpoint, like that seems like the easiest move to make if you're, for whatever reason, you're completely committed to bringing 6 instead of 7.
And also keep this in mind as well, is that Hunter Renfrow is on a 1-year contract, veteran minimum, nothing guaranteed. He literally has nothing guaranteed. I think it actually was probably it's like literally $50,000 to sign. That's what he got. That's it. So there's nothing guaranteed for him this season at all. So take advantage of your opportunities. Again, that's a life lesson for anyone out there. If you get a chance to go, do it. I tell this to young athletes all the time. You never know when your opportunity is going to go. I mean, make it to the point where if you get a chance to play, you play to the point where they have no choice but to keep you in the lineup. That's what Seth Jarvis did. Seth Jarvis made the team as a rookie for the Carolina Hurricanes a couple years ago because he played so well in camp. It's like, how do we take this guy out? We can't leave this guy off the roster this upcoming season. We can't send him back to juniors. That's what Jackson Blake did. Take advantage of your opportunities.